stop scrolling. I am not here to sell you a fantasy. I'm not promising a neon green supercar in your driveway by next Friday. I'm here to teach you how to stop, scrape, and buy. There is a massive difference. Most of you treat this like a lottery ticket, hoping the chart saves you from your day job. They won't. This industry chews up hope and spits it out. Right now, you are leaking cash. You treat the chart like a Vegas terminal. You toss in 100, gone. 500, vaporized. You stare at the screen, heart pounding, palms sweating, just praying for that candle to flip green. You blame the app, you blame the news, you blame a billionaire's tweets. Wake up. The game is not rigged. The problem is sitting right there between the chair and the keyboard. You are the glitch. Look at this messy pattern on the screen. You see a breakout. I see a trap. You buy right here because some influencer told you resistance became support. You click buy because of... Guess who is selling to you? The big players. The algorithm's written by math geniuses who make more in an hour than you make in a year. They need your buy order so they can dump their bags. You aren't a trader yet. Your exit liquidity. You are just funding their end of year bonuses. Give me 10 minutes. That is all I ask. If you do not have the discipline to sit through 10 minutes of raw mechanics, you definitely do not have the patience to hold a winning trade. If your brain is fried from watching 15-second dance clips, close this. Go back to the feed. Go watch a cat jump in a box and stay broke. For the rest of you who actually want to build an account, welcome to the real work. We are not using a demo account today. Paper trading is for people playing pretend. This is a live brokerage account. $100. Small? Sure. But if you cannot flip this, you will burn $1 million just as fast. The math is the same. Only your stress levels change. We are taking this tiny capital and forcing it to grow using the same logic the big banks use. Zoom out. Ignore the 1-minute noise. See this trend? That is the tide. The smart money, the guys moving billions, they are the predators. You are the prey. They are not hunting the market. They are hunting your liquidity. It is a zero-sum game. For them to eat, you have to wipe out. Every time your stop loss gets hit, they fill an order. They see exactly where you put your safety net, and they are coming for it. I am handing you the toolkit. I am going to show you the exact mechanical setup to swim alongside the whales instead of getting swallowed whole. No secret indicators, no paid group at the end, no monthly fees, just the cold, hard mechanics of turning 3 digits into 4. Look at the left of your screen. That is you sweating, panic selling, staring at the profit and loss instead of the chart. Look at the right. That is the bank.com waiting to grab your cash. Stop being the victim. Let's fix your charts. Open your platform. Right now, your screen looks like an abstract art project gone wrong. You have an RSI at the bottom, AMAC crossing over, bands squeezing, and 3 different moving averages looking like a subway map. Deleted all of it. Click the trash icon until you see nothing but raw price bars. If you need a green line crossing a red line to tell you to click a button, you are already finished. Indicators are history books. They tell you what happened 10 minutes ago. We trade what is happening right now. We stick to price and volume. That is the only truth. Look at the last high point on your chart. Most beginners draw a line there and call it a concrete wall. They think price hits it and falls. Total nonsense. That line isn't a wall. It is a gas station. Sitting right above that high are millions of dollars in buy orders from people trying to catch a breakout. The market is an engine that runs on liquidity. It cannot drop until it fuels up. It has to rip higher to grab that gas. Here is the rule. Sit on your hands. Do not touch that mouse before the market opening bell. That is when the volatility kicks in. Watch the price rip through that resistance level. The crowd sees it break out and starts buying, high-fiving each other. But the institutional money is selling right into their faces. That long wick sticking out at the top, that is the trap closing. They grab the orders, fill their position, and now they are ready to send it down. But we do not jump in yet. We wait. We need proof the heavy hitters are actually turning the car around, not just tapping the brakes. Look for a structure shift. See the low point that pushed the price up? We need a candle to smash through that floor with aggression. Not a slow drift, a heavy drop. If the candle body closes below that low, the trend has officially flipped. The hunters just became the prey. Now, look at the scene. That aggressive drop left a footprint, a gap between the wicks where price moved too fast. That is an imbalance. Algorithms hate empty space. They have to come back and fill it like water finding its level. That is your entry zone. You do not chase the price down. You set a limit order right at the start of that gap and let the market come back to you. Run the mental checklist. Did we sweep the highs? Yes. Did we break structure with force? Yes. Is there a clear gap? Yes. If you miss one, you do not have a trade. You have a coin toss. And never enter in no man's land. If the price is already halfway to the target without tapping you in, let it go. Chasing a bus that already left is how you get run over. Now for the boring part that actually builds wealth. The math. Get your calculator. You have a $100 account. You risk $5. That is it. Your stop loss goes right above the high where the trap happened. If price goes back there, you were wrong and you want to be out immediately. Your target is the next low point down the chart. You risk 5 to make 15. You might think $15 is nothing. You are wrong. It is scalable data. If you can do this with $5, you can do it with 5,000. It is the exact same click. You are not trying to hit a home run. You are hitting singles until the pitcher gives up. If you want to rush, if you want to build an account, be a boring, repetitive machine. The math works if you get out of your own way. Let's leave the theory behind. This is the execution phase. I am hitting the replay button so you can feel the pulse of the market. Watch the cursor. Order field. The second you hear that entry click, your body reacts. Heart rate spikes, palms get sweaty. The chart stops being lines and starts being your grocery money. Look at the screen. The price triggers our entry, and immediately, what happens? Drawdown. The candle turns red. You are minus $2. Minus $4. This is where the amateur panics. You stare at that negative number, and your brain screams at you to close the trade. Save the scraps. You think the market hates you. You want to click that X button to stop the pain, but check the chart. Did it hit your stop loss? No. Did the structure break? No. The market is just fluctuating. It is testing your gut. The pro does absolutely nothing here. He sits on his hands. He treats the red numbers like background noise. Then watch. The liquidity kicks in. The algorithm sees no more sellers at this level. The candle wicks up. It turns green. Suddenly you are up $10. Then 20. Boom. Target hit. You didn't win because of luck. You won because you didn't flinch when the heat got turned up. I am not here to sell you a fantasy where you never lose. That is influencer trash. We need to talk about the red ink. Let's look at a loss. Stare at this screen. This is a trade I took last Tuesday. Minus $10. Gone why? Look at the entry. I got greedy. I saw the sweep, but I didn't wait for the shift. I tried to catch a falling knife because I didn't want to miss the move. I broke my own rules. The market punished me instantly. It blew right through my stop loss like a freight train. Listen close. This is the difference between staying broke and building real capital. When you lose $10, do you punch your monitor? Do you double your position size to make it back? If you do, you are finished. You are just pulling a slot machine lever. In this business, a loss is not a failure. It is an operating expense. Think about a coffee shop owner. When he buys milk, cups, and beans, he spends money. He doesn't cry about the electric bill. It is the cost of doing business. Your stop loss is your inventory. Your losses are the electric bill. You pay the market to find out if the trade works. Sometimes the market takes your cash and says, not today. You accept it, log it, and shut up. You do not chase. You do not get emotional over a simple expense. Here is the protocol for the next 30 days. The account builder, it is boring, repetitive, and it works. You are allowed to take exactly one trade per day. 1 You sit down at the New York Open. You wait for the grab. You wait for the structure shift. You wait for the gap. If the setup shows up, you execute. If you win, close the laptop and walk away. Do not trade again to ride the streak. If you lose, close the laptop and walk away. Do not trade again to make it back. If the setup never happens, you do not click a single button. You sit there, watch the session end, and consider that a disciplined victory. Most people cannot do this. You are addicted to the action. You treat the charts like entertainment. You need to starve that part of your brain. Trading is not about action. It is about waiting. It is about sitting on your hands for 3 days, waiting for one clear shot. Do this for a month. Run the numbers. You have a $100 account. You take 20 trades. You win 10, lose 10. 50% win rate. You are basically flipping a coin, but because your risk to reward is 1, 2, 3, look at the math. You lost $50 on the losers. You made 150 on the winners. You end a month up $100. You doubled your account while being wrong half the time. That is the secret. You don't need to be a psychic. You just need to stop being an idiot with your risk. Visualize the growth. It is not a straight line up. It is jagged. Up, down, down. But the trajectory is moving north. Stop trying to get rich by Friday. Start trying to survive until next year. You need to become a robot. Emotions are expensive. Logic pays. When you sit in that chair, strip away your hope, your fear, and your rent anxiety. Become an execution machine. If you look at the chart and you don't see the gap clearly, if you have to squint and tilt your head to find the setup, it isn't there. You are hallucinating a trade because you are bored. Close the browser, go outside, touch grass. The market will be there tomorrow. The question is whether your money will be there too. If you are still confused about what a valid gap looks like versus a trap, stop trading real money immediately. Go back and watch the second part of this video until your eyes burn. Do not donate your cash to the bank just because you were too lazy to study the mechanics.